So before anybody asks, this is a Band-Aid and a passing rock. Passing rock through a car? A passing car through a rock. It hit my nose. It'd be a little bit more impressive the other way. Hi everybody, my name is Rosalie and welcome back to my channel, back to Chubby. So I'm sure some of you are wondering, where the heck have you been? And the truth is, I just needed a break. And honestly, I still kind of feel like I need one. This summer that I thought I was gonna have to sort of work on myself and work on my house and get some stuff in order and just breathe hasn't actually arrived yet. I'm not really gonna bore you with the details, partially because the more I list all the reasons why, the more it sounds like I'm just whining, and partially because I know some people are really only here to see if I succeed or fail at losing weight and don't really care about the other aspects of my life. So if you're one of those people, feel free to go ahead and skip to this time. Basically though, what it comes down to is I haven't had a week yet where I haven't been working unpaid this summer. Whether it's been filling orders or having meetings or giving presentations or prepping for next semester, whatever. And I'm sure a lot of other teachers and instructors kind of get where I'm coming from there. The point is, the best I've managed to not work so far while I haven't been working is to work from home most of last week, except for 2 days. Also, since a couple people asked me, the email situation is temporarily kind of fixed, enough for me to get some of the important information I need. There's still some other issues, but I'm not going to go into it right now. That's not what this video is about. Because also, in addition to still working, there hasn't been a week where I haven't spent most of my time doing something for somebody else. And I felt just exhausted, mentally and physically and emotionally for a while now. And I just sort of started slipping into a depression that is lasting a little bit longer than usual. I've never really made it a secret that I do get depressed, and I have some anxiety issues. And I slip into depression, and usually I come out of it after a couple days, maybe a couple weeks. And sometimes I have some manic episodes too, but right now I'm like on a down swing that is lasting a lot longer than usual. And so I've been talking to my therapist like usual, but I've also talked to some of my friends, and I just thought about it for a while, and I just decided I need a break. I just need a break. Part of the problem is, and I don't think this is any real secret, part of the problem is that I have a hard time saying no to things. I don't know if it's just that I want to be liked, or if I just have a need to prove that I can do everything, or what. It's something that I've been working on for a while, but basically it comes down to someone asking me to do something or saying they need help with something, and me saying I can do that, when what I should say is no or nothing. And while it's tempting to list off some of the stuff I'm talking about just so you have an idea what I mean, I don't want anybody to feel like I'm singling them out for asking something of me, or like I'm blaming them or anything, because I'm the one who keeps saying yes and keeps volunteering to do things, really. And in a way, I like to do things for other people, and I like having people tell me I did a good job on something, and I like being the person who, when somebody needs something, they think of me and think of me as the person who can get it done and who will be there for them. But also, I am just so tired all the time, and I haven't been making any time for myself, or even making an effort to make time for myself really for a while. And I keep saying I'm going to, and then not, or just sort of half-heartedly attempting because there's other things I've promised other people I would do. And my therapist reminded me that I can't always control the demands that are placed on me from other people, but I can control the demands I place on myself and on my own time. So I decided not to film anything the last few weeks. I also decided not to worry about dieting or losing weight or what I weigh. I decided not to do anything I didn't have to do and hadn't already promised to do. I had to actively try to not do anything some days, unless I just really wanted to. So I read some that wasn't for work, and I played some video games, which I hadn't been able to do I went for a couple walks, just sort of drove around some, tried to just spend some time by myself, and honestly thinking about whether or not I even wanted to make another video, like, at all. About a month ago, a longtime subscriber asked me if I had just given up, and I got really bothered by that, like enough to reply kind of strong-wordedly, sorry about that, saying, no, of course I haven't given up. And that's all I could dwell on for like a week was, no, I have not given up. Why would I keep doing this to myself if I had given up? Why would I put myself through this every week? And I just dwelled on that and thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. And I really came to the conclusion that no, honestly, I don't believe I have given up. But then inevitably I started thinking, why not give up? Like, why not just let this all go and just relax? Take one more thing off your plate. Like, why keep trying when I feel like nothing I do is working and all I do is get frustrated and upset and let people down and let myself down? And then I started thinking too about the wording that kept going through my mind and that I think I said in that comment, which was, why keep putting myself through this? Like making videos was doing something to myself. Like, I was stressed about making a video or getting it uploaded or doing the right thing or how everybody else was gonna view it. I'd feel anxiety every time I opened the comments. And I'm sure other people have experienced this too, where you don't do something and you put it off and then you feel like anxious because you put it off, but you feel like when you do it or try and catch up, you are like upset or embarrassed or think someone else is going to be mad at you because you haven't done it, so you keep not doing it because then you don't have to confront it, but then it just keeps sort of weighing on you. That's how I felt all the time. Always thinking that knowing that everything I know is going to be scrutinized and that a lot of people are going to make assumptions about me or make statements about me or share my likeness on websites specifically designed to talk about how much they hate fat people. But then I also started thinking that that's basically the same problem with this channel that I've been having with everything else in my life, is that I've started doing it for other people instead of for myself. I started doing this channel for myself almost 2 years ago now. And the first year I feel went great-ish. Like, I lost a pretty decent amount of weight. This second year so far, nothing has changed weight-wise. I've just hovered right around 350-ish. Couple pounds down, couple pounds up, couple pounds down, a few more pounds up, couple more pounds down, couple pounds up. Just right in here, and I hate it. I am not happy at this weight. If you're a bigger person and you are happy at the weight you're at, I say more power to you. I say great. I wish I was happy at this weight. It would make everything easier on me, but I'm not. So I've been doing everything lately with a focus on what other people are gonna think or how other people are gonna take it or what I'm gonna have to say to other people to explain myself or what other people will judge me on. And I think that's one of my problems. I'm not saying it's my only problem or my biggest problem or that changing it is going to fix everything, but it is a problem. And I also have to acknowledge that I started this channel to be accountable, and that does mean scrutiny, and that does mean people giving you feedback or judging or acknowledging the things you do to try and help you stay accountable, ideally. But it's also true that since I started this channel, my life has changed quite a bit. My job has changed, my time requirements and allowance have changed, my social landscape has changed, my responsibilities have changed, and that has changed my relationship with YouTube a little bit. But obviously, I'm sure you've realized by now, several minutes in, I did make another video, and I decided to keep trying to see this through. So I did film my way in, sort of a restarting weight, and I'm gonna keep going. Keeping in mind that I set out to make this channel to keep myself accountable and to get to where I wanna be. And while I do want to help other people, ultimately this channel is for me, and that I'm doing this for myself. So, sort of restarting over, here is what I currently weigh.
Hello. It's ready. $359.6 pounds.
So, 359.6. Looking backwards, let me break down what that number means for me overall so far. I reached my highest weight ever in September of 2016 at 435 pounds. I think when I made my first video, I was down to 422. As of this weigh-in, I've lost 75.4 pounds, which is 17.3% of my starting body weight. Side note though, a few months ago, I was down 85 pounds. So this is the worst setback that I've had the entire time I've been doing this. This is the most of a backslide I have done, is regaining those 9.6 pounds. But I'm choosing not to focus on that too much though, and I'm going to look forward now. I set my ultimate goal weight at 158 pounds, which is the weight I was when I was still kind of chubby, which is where the name comes from. But I was very healthy, I was very active, and it's when I felt the most comfortable in my body. So that is my goal weight, 158 pounds. That means that altogether I set out to lose 277 pounds. At the weight I'm at now, I am 27% of the way to my goal. So from this point, I have 201.6 pounds left to lose. I'm going to lose 201.6 pounds. I'm also going to get back into the habit of setting goals for myself each weigh-in. So I usually have a long-term, a short-term, and an immediate-term goal. My long-term goal, obviously, is getting back to 158. My short-term goal is to get back under 350. And my immediate-term goal, like that I'm going to start working on like right now, this week, is finally finishing the book that a subscriber sent me a little while ago, which I started and then never finished because I suck. And also to drink more water. So now this is where I'm at, and this is where I am restarting from. But I don't mean to say or imply that I took some time off and now everything is magically fixed, that I have somehow erased all my problems, that I will no longer get depressed or anxious or irrationally angry. I have got a lifetime's worth of problems that I need to work on, and if it were easy to change for me, I never would have gotten this big or as big as I was to begin with. All I mean to say is that I took some time off and now I'm ready to keep going. If you guys want to follow along with me as I do so, you can subscribe to this channel. Find me on social media, the username backtochubby, all one word, or send me something in my P.O. box, which the information for is in the description below. But I want to stress that if you yourself feel like you are in a bad headspace, whether it is depression or anxiety or guilt or anger or stress, whatever the case might be, there is no shame in talking to someone. It could be a friend, pastor, teacher, loved one, parent, whomever. If you want to try the service I use, BetterHelp, there's a link in the description box below for that. But I also want to stress that if you feel like you are at the end of what you can handle, to instead go ahead and call a crisis number or a suicide prevention hotline, and the information for that is also in the description box below. I hope wherever you guys are, you are safe and happy, or getting the help you need, and healthy, or trying to be. Remember to just keep trying the best you can, but also to just step back and breathe and ask for help if you need it. I will see you guys next week. Bye.